I'm gonna go get some water real quick then. Okay, I'm back. Testing.
Check 1 2 3. Check 1 2 3. Check 1 2 3. Let's see how the sound goes. All right, Drake, why don't you say something for your sound check?
Testing. Testing. Testing.
All right, you're coming through just fine. Excellent. And thus concludes the sound check. Thanks everyone for your patience. I appreciate it. I know we get hiccups from time to time, and such is the way of live theater from time to time. So we move past it. So, hi everyone, welcome to Kisara's Casual Corner. I am Kisara, and joining me, as always on our Monday, is Drake Kurama. Say hi.
Hi.
No. Okay, so we are playing Crimesight because it's going offline soon, and we're just like, we need to 100% this game soon. So yeah, basically we're just like, we should probably get on this as much as we can. What, it closes at the end of May, I believe he says. They said.
End of April, I believe.
We'll double check that. Now we're in discrepancy. I still think I'm right, but we'll see. Either way, it's coming up soon and fast, and nobody wants it that actually plays the game. So we are going to try to get as much accomplished as we can today and throughout the rest of the month and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we'll see where it goes from here.
I'd say we definitely want to check just because, yeah, a 1 month difference could make a huge difference.
The 1 month difference, yeah. Well, we'll certainly try. Hey, Warren, how's it going? Welcome in. We're going to double check one thing. Crimesight.
Welcome, Warren and Shadow Knight.
When closed. May 1st. Okay, so it closed on May 1st, actually. So Drake was probably closer to right than I was, which is mildly upsetting. Okay, so we're going to try to get as much as we possibly can today. Shadow Knight, what sort of crime is in sight? Well, it depends on who's playing what. If you don't know Crimesight, let's go ahead and start up the game real quick, and I can show you.
I get to be the tutorial match.
What?
I said I get to be the tutorial match.
Oh, good God. Okay. So this is Crimesight. Crimesight.
Also, Kisara?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, what's up?
I was just gonna say, I guess I'll have the stream off to the side, like my phone. I won't actually look at it.
That's fine.
When the match starts.
Okay.
Anyway.
Also, I need to turn down the volume for me, because if I turn Drake down, I can't hear him. So unfortunately, I'm turning down volume just a smidge so I can hear Drake talk. Though, to be perfectly frank, when we describe what's going to happen, it will explain like how this is going to happen. So just so I can, for the moment, have some clarity. So Crimesight is a either single person, technically speaking, or a two person or four person co-op game that Konami published last year. And it is basically a murder mystery where you either play Moriarty, who is trying to commit the crime, or Sherlock, who is trying to stop the crime. That's the basic premise. You got anything to add, Drake?
Oh, nothing. Just I can move the microphone closer.
Oh yeah, if you don't mind.
Yeah. Is that good? Or
Mm-hmm.
is it any better?
Well, just make sure you project a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, so with that, we're going to go ahead and get started. This game is actually a little bit more complicated because technically speaking, we're going to play a 1v1. We don't play 1v1s very often, but when we do, we're pretty brutal. So I'm going to set up a gameplay, and I'll try to explain the game to anyone that's never seen this game before, what this is about. I will say this, generally speaking, when I stream my games on my channel, I tend to stream games that I'm like, oh yeah, I think you guys should check this out, or yeah, you know what, maybe we shouldn't. This is one of those games that you do not need to buy at all. It's closing in 3 weeks. Don't get it. It would be silly. They are closing the servers and everything, so I don't recommend it. We're just trying to achievement hunt for this, so we figured we stream it. All right, so I am going to create a room. So I'm creating a room. It's a, for the moment, we're going to do a private room. This is going to be between Drake and I. Assigned, yes. Okay. Oh wait, Drake, it looks like they have a 4 AI mode.
Oh, that's what I was saying. Yeah, if you want, we can try that and see how it goes.
Let's see how it goes in like the last part of the stream. We'll see how it goes then. The Blank,
Okay.
How's it going? Welcome in. Drake's on the other line.
Welcome to Blank.
I thought they sunsetted it already. It sunsets on May 1st, so we're gonna get as many achievements. We're trying to 100% this game before April 30th.
I really wanted the soundtrack too.
Yeah, the soundtrack is great.
Like...
All right, so we're gonna start with 2 players. I'm gonna create the room. I think this is how I do it. All right, and then I guess I choose. Who do you want to play? Do you want to play Sherlock? I actually have no idea how this part works.
Oh, so we need to take turns playing as Irene.
Irene's not available
And
until 4-player.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Mad Matt, welcome in. Good luck. Thank you very much, Warren. I appreciate it. Warren. The English language is weird.
Whoever you want to introduce with, I guess. Probably introduce with Sherlock, I'm assuming, right?
We'll start with the tutorial. Starts actually with Moriarty, so I'll start with Moriarty then. I actually don't even know if I actually did that. So did I do it? I don't even know if I did it correctly. We'll see how it happens. Game settings. Which random? We're gonna pick a random house. There we go. We can change number. Whoa! What can we change? Random house. Number of fuse boxes, number of gas leaks, number of wild dogs. Did you already get your wild dog achievement?
I have not, no.
Okay, so I'll leave the wild dogs then. Okay. So let me see. Mad Matt has welcomed in. Welcome in, Mad Matt. And thank you, I appreciate it. I honestly, the profile pic, like 10 minutes before the stream started, I was like, oh, it's still the other one from Saturday, and I was like, no, I don't want it to be Saturdays. I want it to be new again. So I was like, let me scroll through my photos real fast and update. I couldn't find the one I usually do, but all All right, did you get the invite?
Welcome, Plenty of Time.
Hey, Prinny. Any ideas for why yet?
And welcome, Mad Matt, in case I don't know if I said it or not. So.
Nah, no reasons as to why. No reasons whatsoever. Just Konami being Konami. Blada.
Yeah.
What is Blada Bloop exactly? I'm curious, Prinny. Which voice did you have when you typed that in your head? Like, did you kind of come in with Blada Bloop, or did you come in with like Blada Bloop? Kind of like you're from Jersey. What?
I guess at this point I leave the voice chat.
Okay, so heads up, Drake is gonna go in and out of voice chat because if I talk, he's gonna hear all of my plans.
All right. Good luck, Kasara. I'll rejoin.
Yay! I probably could just. Oh, I'm already muted. Ugh. Okay, so Drake is gonna leave the channel so he doesn't hear anything. You guys get to hear all of my insights. Go team, go team, go. Oh, I don't remember this house. I don't have played this one yet. Agatha says, oh dear. Oh, so right now all the characters are saying we're caught in a blizzard. We can't go home. Rescue will happen in 10 turns, 3 days. In Berkeley. Okay, I'll talk as quickly as I can because the timer is also running. So right now, I am playing Moriarty. Drake is playing Sherlock. Moriarty says, as my partner in crime, you should try to destroy Dorothy. As luck would have it, our victim is trapped here along with everyone else. On this occasion, I can command 2 pawns. In reality, Sherlock is helpless to prevent. When you are unable to command both, I will step in and command the other. But through my powers of persuasion far exceeds. We cannot subdue Dorothy. I can control her mind as to whom I'm choosing. Oh, okay. We're gonna kill with Catherine. Okay. The speed of the text is very fast, but I will sum up exactly what we're going to do right now. While he's talking. Yeah, Moriarty, you do you. We have to kill Dorothy. Dorothy is right here. Right? We have to kill Dorothy with Catherine. That's it. So that's our thing. We have to be able to isolate things. So if you'll notice there in the kill conditions, the villain, in this case Catherine, has to possess a weapon. She also has to be in the same area as the target, like the same room, right? It has to be in the same room as the target. And there are no witnesses in that room. I'm sorry, area versus room. She has to be in the same square, which I'll show you in a second. And there's no witnesses to the crime. Okay. Drake can see my cursor, but he can't see what I'm doing. So basically all I see is Drake moving the cursor around, and that's really it. He has no idea who's doing what, where, why, and how. Right? So I can't move Dorothy. Dorothy is beyond my control. I can move Catherine though, and hopefully... Alright, hopefully we can make that happen. So I'm gonna move Agatha to a different room. She's gonna go search over here. I wanna make it so that Dorothy is as isolated as possible without the ability to move Dorothy. Cool. I'm gonna go ahead in the last 47 seconds catch up in chat real quick. Let's see. Brittany didn't have a really... Just a voice. Just blurp blurp. D-Blank says, ooh, are we trouncing Mr. Drake? That is the game plan. The whole goal is to be able to win with Moriarty. Plenty of Time says, I gave up coming up with ways to say hi, so I just make sounds. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, blah, blah. Waka waka. Why not? See? Let's see. Are we going to do it stylish-like while earning achievements? We are going to try. Because you highlighted Dorothy with your cursor while explaining. Yeah, no, so we tried this the other day. Drake can't see what I'm doing. He can just see my cursor moving. He can also see me do this, which is, where are they? I know that they're here. I don't know what is that. Sherlock now knows we moved Agatha. Agatha found a secret passage. Okay, so why that's important is Drake now knows that Agatha is not the victim, but he also knows that she could be the killer. Okay, so that's important. Side note, if you see a cursor moving, That is Drake. The yellow one, see? He's just moving his cursor around. Also, I feel like... Ah, here it is. He can also see me do this, by the way. He can see me throwing out. He can see those. Okay, Dorothy has a blade. Alright, we need to also find the blade. I had Catherine go get food first because at the end of a day, if there's no food, their movements get less. They have to be able to have food in them so they can move the maximum amount of squares. So I wanted my Catherine to have food first, but unfortunately that does mean she doesn't have a weapon at the moment. Alright. Seems like everything's so far so good. Alright, it's now afternoon. Ah, it appears our previous move has been detected by Sherlock, and he would have deduced that Agatha is not the target. Right. As you can see here, he knows this now. Okay, so Dorothy is now currently alone, but Catherine needs to have a weapon. Weapons are over here, so I'm gonna have Catherine grab this weapon that's over here. And then I want... For the most part, by the way, Drake sees me moving the map around. I want Frieden to move here. Okay, I think that's what I want as far as this is concerned. Mad Matt says, shout out to whoever decided to hide protein bars all over this fancy house. Look, you gotta be prepared for anything. We're in a blizzard location, apparently. I'm gonna let the timer run out because that gives me a chance to kind of just detox and also change my mind if necessary. I need Catherine to get a weapon. When we play Moriarty, we know where all the food is and we know where all the weapons are. Drake playing Sherlock has no idea where all that stuff is located. So his stuff is just literally randomly searching to be able to identify items and pick up clues based on how I move. Hopefully my movements are obscure enough for him not to know what's going on. That being said, I really like this house. It's very one level. I like one levels. Right, Agatha is moving. I also don't know which ones he's moved, by the way, unless we override him. Ah, okay. So Sherlock tried to move Catherine, but if Sherlock and Moriarty tried to move together... Oh no, what happened? Greg, Alice, Lofto. I don't know who Greg is. Is that me? No, that's not me.
Hey, I'm back. Disconnected?
Yeah, we saw it. It said Greg disconnected. Can I win by default?
Oh man. Oh wait, no, it's back. Never mind, hang on. I'm disconnected.
Just quick, jump in. Mad says, stairs are annoying, especially when you've underfed and you feel lethargic. I know. Look, I've lived in apartments. Not a fan. Not a fan. Okay. So what Moriarty just said was, oh, that's why I can't see anything. There we go. Moriarty just said basically that if we wanted to go ahead and kill Dorothy now, we can, but we reveal the killer right now. Right? As it stands, he believes that Agatha could be it, Catherine could be it, Berkeley could be it, and... Okay, Drake is back. Drake is back. You can believe all these people are actually the killers, right? He's got 3 victims, so hopefully I can throw him off the loop a little bit. So I'm gonna go have Agatha grab a knife. Right, I'm gonna have Agatha do it because I want him to kind of get a little thrown off base here. Alright, and now 43 seconds. Dorothy's over there. Yeah, I want... Berkeley has food. Alright. I'm gonna have a bunch of people take weapons up, just so he doesn't have any idea exactly which one's the killer. The only one right now that he will know definitely can't do it at the second is Berkeley, because Berkeley doesn't have a weapon. D Blank says, dang, Moriarty really meant it when he said he could overrule Sherlock by Thanos snapping Drake. yeah, I did. Alright, Sherlock knows that we've overridden Agatha. I am hoping that Drake reads that as since we've overrode with her twice, that she is probably the most likely to kill what's her face? Dorothy. Fortunately, alright, so now there's a hammer in there, that's cool. Alright, Dorothy's performing an action. I'm hoping that that action that I took with Agatha made Drake seem like, oh, Agatha's probably the most likely to be the one to kill her, and starts avoiding thinking about Catherine. You alright? You find everything to eat? Oh, nothing. Looks like the snow won't let up. Okay, so when you see a conversation like that, those two have no ill intent toward each other. So since Agatha and Berkeley are in the same room and alone, with no witnesses, they each had the chance to kill each other and didn't, which means that they aren't going to kill each other. So now Sherlock does his first day of deduction. So we'll see what Drake comes up with. Mama says, oh cool, let you hop back in if you get dropped. That, yeah, it sure seems like. You would think that that feature alone would be like, oh, you know what we shouldn't do? Cancel this game. You would think, right? Alright, right now, basically, Sherlock's deduction show who can do what at what. He has a lot of information right now. He has a lot of information right now. Cool. The people move because it depends on who's hungry and who's not. Agatha and Ellery are hungry, so they will move less. Alright, we have 2 days to kill Dorothy, which is very terrible to say on it. The game is truly pretty cool, which is weird why they're getting a sunset in the first place. Right? Right? CEOs making all the calls don't appreciate the quality of life features like that. I know. It's just kind of bonkers. Like, when I saw that the game was getting shut down, I was like, why? Okay. So I have a minute. Alright, Catherine and Dorothy are in the same room. I can move Frieden over here. And he can search that. Alright, that's fine. Okay. I'm gonna take a chance. Warren says, why is it getting shut down? Not enough cell? Yeah, we have no idea. Everyone that we've ever talked to that's played this game said they love this game. So it's literally just came as a surprise out of nowhere. They're not even doing like we'll just do an offline thing. I'm going to assail her right now. I believe that this is enough to get what I need. I am going to go ahead and assail her right now. I'm going to see if I can jump the gun on Sherlock. All right. I'm going to see. We'll see if this works. This is a really big risk to do on day 2, by the way. But I kind of want to see if I can make it happen. Emery's moving away. At this moment, Dorothy is very vulnerable. But I'm about to reveal that I am going to make my move right now. Oh, I love that shot. Alright, so now we're going to head toward her. This is it. I have to be able to kill her now. By the devil's grace, she's avoided our grasp. She moved out of my way. Alright, we have one more command to give. Dorothy must be killed. We have to do this right now. The problem is... Alright, hold on a second. Alright, everyone's too far, so I think I can do it. Alright, so if we look right now, I have to have these three... I have a weapon. I'm in the same area, or I will be as soon as I tag her. If Freedom moves away, I have a shot. If Freedom moves away, I have a shot. Berkeley, Agatha, Ellery, no one has a chance of reaching this room right now. So I have a really good chance of being able to take out Dorothy. What she did, I don't know. I'm working for Moriarty. The CEO is more of an Agatha Christie fan. Alright, let me double check to make sure. No one is in a room that is within 3 spaces. Ellery can only move 2 spaces. Berkeley can move 3, but that's not far enough to get to where he needs to go. Agatha can only move 3, so she's stuck in these rooms. I might win this. I might win this fast. Oh, I won't. Oh, I forgot that Dorothy can. I forgot Dorothy can just go right. I was literally like, Dorothy can only go left, and I'm like, oh, I forgot that Dorothy can just open the other door. He's in baseball. A little one, a little facepalm. Hey, K-Dog, how's it going? I love Moriarty, so good. Moriarty is hot. Moriarty is hot. Someone that can appreciate the beauty of 2D boys. Moriarty is so good. Darn you, Sherlock. Playing Moriarty is hard. Man, murderous plot foiled. Hi. Drake, so everyone's face palming me right now because I literally was like, okay, if I just get Freeman away from you, this will be fine. Right? And then I just forgot that there were doors on the other side of the room. Yeah. Playing Moriarty is hard.
I can see that. I remember my match against you too was like, it was tough to be like, how do I not make this so obvious? Kind of thing.
I know. It's like, it's easier to deduce than to create diversions.
Well, you had me going with the one that was at the top right room for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, she seems to be like, but at the same time, I'm like, this is the most obvious one, so I'm like, I don't know.
I was telling the chat, I was like, I really hope that you're falling for Agatha right now, because I moved her twice, and like, both times you tried to override it. So I was like, hopefully he's taking the bait, but he did take the bait. K-Dog says, this is the first ever stream that I've watched on this iPad. Oh! Congratulations on your new iPad again! And I'm glad I hope it's working out. Let's see, he started downloading this iPad at 11:30 a.m. and it just finished at 8:15 a.m. By a.m. I meant p.m. by 2015. Congratulations. Matt says, better download all those dreamy Moriarty papers while they last. Oh, boy, I got my screenshots. When he's got his back turned and he's just looking over at you like that sinister look, it's like, and I'm like, oh, yes, Moriarty. Sorry, Drake. You have plenty of of waifus to choose from in your games. I get Moriarty.
Yeah, I'm gonna shrug and agree with that. Yeah, for sure. Don't you have like 3 people in this game?
I mean, well, yeah, but
basically
Moriarty's
the entire
my
male
favorite.
cast.
All of the males, all of the male protagonists. Yes. Man, oh, man, you have no idea. Oh, Moriarty, please come over for some tea and crumpets. Would you like to stand on the veranda? That's the feeling I get with the look. Oh my gosh. Okay. I want to. So there's 2 achievements that we're gonna have a lot of time trying to figure out how to win, and that is win 50 games as Sherlock and 50 games as Moriarty. We can win those against the AI. Like the last time I streamed this, you all saw me play against the AI. We can do that. We're gonna try to see how much we can get here. Close results.
Can we? You said you can get a 4-player AI. Can we team up against the AI to get the Irene?
We can test that. So we're going to test a couple of things, and if actually what happens is if this works, I'm going to post it in their discussion channel, because there are lots of people that own this game that want to be able to play it at least until May 1st. So if this works, we can see. So rooms hidden from public, create a room that allows AI preferences.
It would be good to mention that, because if they only need 1 more player, and it'd still be a fun match to do, because it's going to be challenging, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. All right, so I'm on a friends list. I'll invite you again.
Oh, by the way, I was like, oh no, for a second, because I was like, it had to start the same match over, but at the beginning, I was like, we already have like some deductions already, so it'd be completely unfair.
Yeah.
And then it jumped to the current state. I don't know if you saw the like woof emote I put out there, but
we all saw it. Yes. we woo. We all saw your emote. All right, so that's that, but I'm not sure I'm seeing AIs. Hold on. So this is the part that we're trying to figure out here is, can we make it AIs in this one? But it doesn't look like I can.
It looks like it's gonna be random?
I can't even start the game. So unfortunately, it looks like 4 AIs doesn't seem to work, unless I'm missing something.
Try only 2. Try only 2 AIs, because it'll be us 2 and 2 AIs, right?
Yes. What? Yes. Sorry, K-Dog scared me. I'm sorry. Hi, K-Dog. Yes, I'll answer your question in a moment. Yeah, the game's getting shut down.
Sorry, everybody. If you're asking me any kind of questions, I have to leave the chat and not look at the chat, the stream, or anything, just to make sure I'm not cheating.
Yeah, okay, so you said which one?
Oh, I said if you put 2 AIs, it should be 2 AIs and us 2, right? Because right now it has too many players, probably.
Let me leave room again and see if that works.
Okay.
Actually, you leave first. Okay, there we go. Alright, we're gonna create the room. Alright, there's 2 players, 3 players, 4 players, and 4 AI mode, though I still have no idea what this means. Matt says, I saw Sherlock pondering in his chair while Drake was talking. Was like, how is Drake controlling him like that? So maybe they're opening this up for VR. Then you can pretend to be sexy anime Sherlock. I don't know. I think maybe it might be bonked. It says AI mode, but it's not actually giving me any AI opportunities.
Oh. Hang on, let me see. So you make a 4-player... Wait, so if you just do a 4-player match...
Yeah, if I go to a 4-player match, that one is 4 players. We would need to have 2 other people.
Huh.
Did you get... Oh, by the way, did you get the 1v1 achievement?
I did, I just got it.
Okay, good. Alright, so that's 1 achievement down for Drake. I already got that one last week.
She trounced me completely.
I did. I totally... I was like, no, Moriarty. I shall win. Wait, this game's getting shut down? Yes, this game is getting shut down. This game is getting shut down on May 1st. Why it's getting shut down? No idea. No, they just said they're shutting it down. Servers and all. Not even like, it's not even gonna be playable. Like that's how shut down it's getting.
Yeah, which is a shame.
Yeah, I think we might have to bonk that idea for the 4v4 on that one. It doesn't look like it's gonna work.
I just wonder what the 4-player AI mode means.
Yeah, but every time we had 2 people on it, and it's like literally no way to start the game. So it's not like they're going to insert 2 AI players.
Did you when you started it, did you check off the thing that said create a room that allows assigned AI preferences, whatever that means? Wait, yeah, try it without that.
Okay.
And see if that works. Aaron, I'm just thinking of different options that might...
You can try. Alright, I invited you, but we'll see. Yeah, unfortunately, this is not letting me start a match. Yeah, I don't know what this is, and I probably don't want to waste more time just doing it. So let's just go with the 1v1, and then we can bring this back another time.
Okay.
Alright, leave the room. Alright, so we're going to go back to 1v1. We'll research that, and maybe we can get an answer, but it doesn't look like 4 AI means AI allowed, unfortunately. So, 1v1 it is. 2 players. Create room. Random. Random location. There we go. Okay, ready when you are. Mama says, I may hop in and out. Kitty's been a scrambly little rascal. Oh, okay, no problem. We are here just trying to achievement hunt. Though I guess it's not really achievement hunting, it's more like achievement grind. Join, please.
Yes, give me... I was just checking the forums.
Yeah, join, please.
Okay.
Also, I have snacks. It's mashed potatoes. Sorry, guys.
And I kind of wish we had someone to ask about that thing. Oh, wait. You sent an invite already?
Yeah.
Can you send another one?
What you chowing down? It's mashed potatoes. It's mashed potatoes, cheese, and gravy.
Alright. Leaving the chat again. Goodbye.
Alright, bye. I will murder someone this time. I mean, I will win. Win. Okay, another 1v1. Back at the Abbey Grange again. Okay. The blizzard has struck. Oh, we're playing a Sherlock. Oh, Drake doesn't even stand a chance now. Sorry, Drake. Alright, so now anyone that's new has not seen my stream of Sherlock's version at this moment. Sherlock has to stop Moriarty. Say hello. Hi. You could call it an achievement hunt. Sometimes hunters aren't in a position to strike, even if they know where their quarry is. Exactly. I'm coming for you. Also, I'm actually curious, did they see that part? Because I know they can see... Yelp! Okay, by the way, Sherlock is telling us all the information we need. I already know it. So, basically, we have to stop Drake from committing a crime. We are allowed, as Sherlock, to move 3 pawns, as opposed to when I was playing Moriarty and had to only move 2. However, in that movement, we can be overridden. As you saw me override Sherlock's decisions last game, this time, it's reverse. He can stop ours. As you can see also, we have no idea except for this one spot where there's food. Why we know that? No idea. So I'm just gonna move 2 people in this room to search for stuff. I'm gonna move these 2. And then I'm gonna move Catherine over here. Okay. Same location. So it was also saying in this particular house, you can lose fuse boxes. If Moriarty or Drake, I should say, as Moriarty's pawn, decides to disable a fuse box, we can't see anything. We have to be in the same square. And by the way, square, in case you were wondering, if I click on Catherine, these are squares. So I have to be in the same area. Area represents a square. I'd have to be in the same square in order to stop that crime if the lights are out. So that's always fun. Alright, Drake. Do your worst. Okay. We moved Agatha, that's fine. She got a thing. Okay, Berkeley's moving. That's fine. We got a note. Huh? Anyone missing their food? Cause I just found one. Alright, Berkeley found a note that told us where food is. Cool. Ah, okay. We tried to move Catherine, remember? But Catherine is now under Moriarty's control, and she got a blade. Alright, so now the question is that Drake's villain? Oh, Ellery. Alright, spraying gas, we'll go for that as an option. Okay. Oh, you're back, Warren? Okay, you lost connection? Not a problem. Okay, so now we're starting a new game. I lost the last one. I did not achieve my goal as a villain. I did not kill Dorothy. It didn't work out. I took a big risk, and it failed. Such is the nature of risks. So now we're playing Sherlock. And this time, we have to stop Drake, playing as Moriarty, from doing all the things that he's doing. We have information that tells us that Catherine is not the victim and Ellery is not the victim. So great. Since both of them were moved, the question is Catherine, who is in possession of a weapon, our killer? Seems likely. Or Ellery, who has tear gas, who can noxify like a location. Alright, so let's move Frieden to where Catherine is and search there. And let's move Catherine to over here. And then I have one more person to move. Hi, Pedro, how are you? All right. These two can't move anywhere. All right, so let's see if we can get someone else to move. I'm gonna move Berkeley. Berkeley has nothing. I'm gonna go get Berkeley some food. Or I'm gonna move him over here anyway. And I wanna see if maybe something gives. We might be able to limit who our killers or who our victims might be by a long shot. If we don't waste this turn. Okay, Agatha moves. No big deal there. Sweet, she's got food. Berkeley moves. We moved Agatha and we moved Berkeley. So right now, both of them can be victims. The last one we moved is Frieden. So we're going to see if maybe Frieden's it. Pedro, it's good to see you. Glad to have you here with us trying to play Crimesight. We're actually achievement hunting, but more like achievement grinding, as I was saying earlier. Okay, Dorothy got food. Alright, Ellery is coming in. Achievement unlocked! Out of the common. Somehow, I got an achievement. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't seem good. Oh, great. Right into the spot that Frieden is going. Unbelievable. Okay. We move Frieden, so that's nothing. But Frieden is... What?! Now?! Okay, wow, he took a big risk. It's still turn 1. Oh, I saw that. I saw it coming. I saw it coming. All right. At the moment, Catherine is our killer. He only has 2 people he can move, and he can't move Frieden. So Frieden needs to move out of the toxic gas. All right, Berkeley can go in here. Frieden can go in here. And let's move Agatha in there too. All right, that should give us plenty of people to choose from to give witnesses. All right, so we're gonna commit commands. We're gonna move Frieden. Frieden has to go there. Let's see if this works. Agatha's being sent away. That's totally fine. I still have Berkeley. I anticipated that was gonna happen. But I moved Berkeley just in case. Remember, Moriarty cannot move the victim. So I moved Berkeley to a location that I could move Frieden in. And that seems to have worked in my favor. Okay. Wow, Drake made a quick move. He wasn't playing. I was still trying to figure out little bits and pieces. Drake's like, no, let's stab now. Haiti indeed? Wait, what? I have a feeling Drake might have miscalculated. Oh, no. Oh no, I'm correct. I'm good. Hey, Seabuzz, how's it going? It's good to see you. Ha! Intercepted! I got 3 achievements out of this game.
3?
I got 3 of them. To a great mind, no case is unsolvable. Moriarty has met your match in me. Objection! Sebas, I'm glad to have you here. It's been a while. How have you been? I hope you're doing... I do hope that things have been going well for you. I do. I hope that you have been keeping as busy, or too busy anyway. I know that you've been working a lot. So I hope you're doing well. All right. Before I do a rematch. Yeah, it's good to see you too. We're playing Crimesight with my partner Drake Kurama. If you haven't checked out Drake Kurama, please do. He does Sundays and Mondays. He does like one of the bigger titles usually, like Bloodborne, Souls games, the ones that it's like, ooh, yes. Enjoy your nostalgia if you've played the games already, and if you haven't, enjoy someone playing it for the first time. You know? You decided to attack quick, Drake.
I wanted to see if I could catch you off guard.
Oh, I was almost caught very off guard. I was like, oh, is he attacking now? Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Even I waited at least till turn 2.
Oh, I know, but I was like, well, by the way, tear gas never works the way I'm hoping it does.
Well, yeah, tear gas only works in a square, not a whole room. If you want to do that, that's gas leak.
Yeah.
You gotta open up a gas leak, and I think there are, unless you've done it already, there's achievements for that one too. Oh, I want to see what achievements I got from this. All right, so I just got. What's today?
The 10th.
All right, April 10th. Use tear gas spray 3 times. Okay, fun story. I did not use the tear gas, so Drake got that achievement for me.
Uh-huh.
I was like, how did I get this? It's Monday. Thank you, Mad Matt. I appreciate that. All right, what else did I get? So I got April 10th. The next one I got is prevented. Oh, I prevented 5. So y'all are catching me off guard more than Drake is.
Oh, I don't even hear that, which is funny on my end. So I just hear you.
You just hear me
respond.
scream for no reason. like a spider just crawled in the middle of the room and you can't see it. So there, that's what Psycho Violin does. You happy, Sebuzz? And if you do it right, that's the reaction you get. Okay, so I got prevent the assail solution. So I prevented 5 murders. And oh, we are getting cards in our hand. Search direct pawns to search 100 times.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, need to make sure.
I somehow have 29 out of 100 out of that, which I've only played for an hour, so that's interesting.
What, right now?
Or
total?
Well, no. Total.
It's a lot of movement. All right, I am victorious with Sherlock 5. I am victorious with the Professor 3. Now I have to actually kill 5 times. And that's
gonna be a tough one.
Yeah, that's probably an AI thing. Need to make sure Moriarty isn't attacking Kisara in real life. I was ready. Did you see? I was. I'm quick. Like someone that just ate mashed potatoes. Okay. Is there an achievement that you would like to try to achieve now or grind for?
Well, actually, I'm good with just matches because any match will get me something. I'm missing a lot of the achievements. So.
All right, let's do a rematch then.
Oh, right,
AI
the level up
assigned.
thing.
Okay. I kind of want to randomize it. Leave the room real quick. I'm going to invite you in just a second. Yeah, so I forgot to turn on the allows AI preferences. So I want to make sure that we can create preferences. Yeah, I want to randomize it. There we go. So now, there we go. Sent and sent. Oh, and I want to randomize where we are. Though if we get Abbey Grange again, not random.
We've gotten a lot of the ones that...
Yeah, I was like, oh great, Abbey Range. Excellent. Alright, I'm ready. Alright, I know he's not in the thing. Drake leaves a channel, Drake leaves a call before every match.
Okay, I'm leaving now.
Yes, yes he is. Okay. So I am playing Sherlock and Drake has to try to kill again. Which is great, but it also means that I don't get to get that one achievement. So let's see how many times I can win with Sherlock. Yes, I have the finer points. We're good, we're good. Okay, so we're in Joseph Abernathy's house or something, whatever that guy's name is. A very nice one-story mansion, because we love one-story mansions. You know, no scared to death, running upstairs kind of scenario. Okay. Just like before at the start, I like the idea of being able to just kind of weed out what's going on here. So I'm going to move these three in the corner. I'm just gonna have them search for stuff. Berkeley's gonna get food because he's hungry. And Freeman and Dorothy. I have a feeling this will not actually get me a lot of information unless by some fortuitous amount of chance we get some answers. Ideally, we want... Pedro says, I will help you. I believe it. The best help you can give is probably just, yay, Kisara can do it. Go, Kisara. Go, go, go. And then also giving me answers. Ideally, we kind of hope that somewhere along those lines, one of Drake's 2 pawns that he can move will overlap. Here's hoping. I'll let this timer run out so I can snack on my mashed potatoes. Okay, okay. Here we go. Alright, Agatha's moving normally. No information there. Agatha finds a note. And there's food there. Okay, so... Oh my, that food's just sitting there. Details. Ah! We got our first hit. We got a little girl scared. Reading narrator. Oh! Okay, got it. I will make that happen. Little girl scared. Dorothy is performing an action. That was actually accidental. I didn't mean to leave that channel point up there. It doesn't look too healthy, but beggars can't be choosers. Ellery performs an action. But Ellery obtained a knife. He says, I better hang on to this knife. Now Freeman's performing an action? Oh, Freeman found the note. What's the note? He says, well, I never, some poor sap has left an antler on the floor. Okay, well, it's afternoon, everyone. It's afternoon. Okay. So, alright, so we can ascertain that Berkeley is not under control and Agatha's getting tired. So we need to solve this soon. Okay. Let's choose. Well, Berkeley might be the killer, so we should get people away from him, right? At the same time, Ellery has a knife, so,
course of action is to just keep people in the same room. So I'll move Agatha back in, and I'll move Catherine here, and she'll search, and Dorothy can search the other place, and hopefully that'll work. And yeah, that's okay, because remember, no, in order to create the kill conditions, there needs to be, 1, the villain needs to be in possession of a weapon. 2, the villain is in the same area as a target. And 3, no witnesses can be in the room and within line of sight. So here's hoping.
Apparently I can keep that channel redemption for this. Alright, that channel redemption stays forever. Was that good there, Pedra? Scared little girl. Siba says, this reminds me of a board game I played once. Yeah, so this is kind of like, there's quite a few board games that are murder mystery styles that are very much avoid getting killed or try to find the killer. You know, it's very Clue, or Cluedo even. Catherine's not the victim. Catherine's not the victim. Pedro says you became scared too. Good. My voice acting skills are still working, I guess. Oh, Dorothy's not the victim. We've eliminated 3 options. Okay. So currently, Dorothy obtained a knife. I have very strong feelings currently that Dorothy is probably our killer. If we can survive to the end of the night, then we can get an idea of who is close to whom as far as killers are concerned. Now that I think about it, that redemption that Pedro was an accident. I did not mean to leave it there, but it actually works really, really well. I might keep it and try to adapt it for other things. I like it. It's a happy accident. All right, so close. Now, if you all know Drake's style of gameplay, Drake does not let up. All right, so Catherine and Dorothy are not our victims, but Dorothy has a knife. And I think Dorothy was deliberate. So I think currently Drake wanted wanted Dorothy to get something. Okay, wanted to get a weapon. Remember, Moriarty can see where all the food is and where all the weapons are. So Drake can see those locations without having to guess whether they're there. So if Dorothy was specifically getting a weapon by that override, I think Dorothy is a pretty clear case for death. Reaper, whatever. All right, so I'm going to try to move Dorothy away. All right. I have a feeling this will confirm my suspicions a little bit. I'm going to have... Let's see. Emery can still be a victim. Hold on. Let me see. Can Dorothy reach Emery? Not this turn. So I'm going to have Dorothy move away. I'm going to have Berkeley move with Frieden. And I'm going to have Catherine move over here. For now, that's the best I think I can do. Remember, Moriarty can only move 2 people at a time. So, let me know when I can ask for masculine voice acting. You can ask. I will always be practicing it. Ugh. Okay, Berkeley now has a weapon. In Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. Okay, okay. Like a Morgan Freeman impression? Okay, if there is anyone that I can definitely not do, it's Morgan Freeman and Donald Duck. Like, those impersonations, I will leave to professional impersonators. No, she just means, like, my normal, like, low voice. Like, hello, kind of scenario. Like, I can, but it's gonna be very specific. Alright. I can't even imagine. Alright, so Catherine has no one targeting them. Alright, so Catherine, Berkeley, and Dorothy, not victims. Alright, so just to kind of get an idea, right now Catherine has no weapon, but she's the only one that can target Agatha. However, Berkeley can target those two, and Dorothy can target those two. I'm going to say that it's probably most likely that Berkeley or Dorothy is the group, is the ones. So, since Catherine's not a victim and she doesn't even have a weapon, I have a feeling that what's going to happen is Drake's going to try to give her a weapon to try to throw me off. But, If Drake gets Catherine... Okay, here's the thing. If Drake gets Catherine a weapon, Agatha is our victim. And Catherine is the culprit. So let's see what he does with that. I am going to move Dorothy, Berkeley, and Catherine. And hopefully these three don't move too far away. See what happens here. You'll accept the Vin Diesel voice? Wow, y'all have some high standards for my voice. Okay, Agatha got food. Alright, he moved, so Drake has just moved Berkeley. And found the fuse box. Okay, well that's not good. And Dorothy. Okay, so he's literally moving these two pawns to try to throw me off the scent. So Catherine is not our person. Oh good, Dorothy found the secret passage. Go team, go. This is on the Steam machine or on the PlayStation? This is on Steam. Ellery has food. Freeman's moving. Yep. Okay. So, Drake just found the fuse box. We have a problem. Yeah, I know, Sherlock. I know. I'm trying. Alright. So, ideally... we want to keep all of these people away from each other, or at the very least, in the same room. Mama says, Kisara is the lead singer for Ammon Amaranth. Oh my god. You all are trying to kill me. So I'm going to see, at the very least, I'm going to have all of these guys... Actually, Freeman, do you even have food? Hold on, hold on. Freeman doesn't have food, so let's have Freeman search and hopefully that's food. She's got food, and he's got food. So we're gonna have you guys just move here. No, don't search, just move. Ideally, the best way to prevent anything from happening is to just have everyone in the same location. Even if the lights go out, if those three stay together, we are okay. We have saved the day. Drake cannot win if there is anyone in that area. And Berkeley has interfered with the fuse box. Alright, so basically, now that Berkeley has turned the lights off, unless we are in a lit room, like a room with like actual light in it. Ew! You see, but you do not serve of this. Okay, okay. We have to be in the same square in order to prevent a crime. So as long as these three stay inside that square, we're okay. If he finds rubber gloves, we're toast. Alright, we have 5 more turns. If we can maintain this, Drake does not stand a chance. Berkeley is the only one, by the way, that was shut off the thing. Yeah, I know. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Don't split the party. Don't do it. So, everyone has food. So right now, everyone will last the day. This will be fine. In theory, we could go and try to... Here, why don't we just... Everyone move in the same direction. Take care, gotta sleep. Alright, T-Buzz. I promise you I'll win. I promise, I mean, like, I will definitely do my very best. Alright. Alright, don't overwork yourself. We're just gonna have everyone move because I want them... We need to survive one more day. So we need to make sure that we are moving together to find food. I have no doubt Berkeley, by the way, is the killer. Drake is probably going to try to override one of these two, but he only has 2 moves, and one of them has to be Berkeley. Ah, he took out Agatha! Okay, so the victim is either Freeman... Mad Matt says, duckling tactics. Everybody move in a huddle. Look, if it works... At the very least, I know I don't have to worry about Agatha anymore. Agatha cannot be our killer since she was overrode that way. Okay. Alright, so his analysis is complete. It's pretty much going to confirm our suspicions. Yeah, pretty much. Berkeley's targeting Ellery. Sherlock's ready to go. The villain has been revealed. The villain was revealed not because... Yep, when you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth. So Berkeley has to be the villain. So guess what? This is the last turn. We just have to survive one more turn. Now, in order to do that, the kill conditions have to be met. As long as we are in the same area. Right? As long as we are in the same area, we should be fine. Here's the problem. We have to be in the same area. Okay, so... What is this? Oh, it's a hammer, okay. At least one of us has to be able to protect these two. Whoever it is, does not matter. One of them, I think, has to be Berkeley. The other one, I think this is how this works. We could be very much screwed, by the way. Berkeley can only go so far. Okay, so actually... Ah! Alright, 5... If they stay put, they should be fine. Catherine's leaving. I think this is okay. Apple, Rip Apple, they're completely down at the moment. All services. Oh boy, that's rough. So... Huh. What a random turn of events. This is, not good? Sorry, Moriarty. Sherlock wins again. Though I will admit, I'm a little surprised. Mad Matt says, everybody's creeping through the dark holding hands in a chain, Scooby-Doo style, and at one point Ellery just disappears and Berkeley in his spot with no explanation. Okay. Alright, so the only reason I think we figured it out is I think we figured it out beforehand.
Uh-huh.
I think that's how it worked. I can't remember. Because I know that technically speaking, all three has to be part of it, right? But Frieden was alone by himself. But I think because... Oh no, you weren't in the same room as him. How did that happen?
Oh, I think it's just that you foiled the plot or something.
No, you couldn't move. Like, you just had to take that one turn to be able to move him into that room. Could you not move him in there?
Well, I could, but you had two other potential people that could be in the room.
So you didn't
also.
even try?
No, so my hope at the time was that Berkeley would automatically walk into that room.
You have to hit
the.
You have to command them. You have to command the assail.
I see.
Yeah, if you actually, in this case, if you had actually hit the command assail button, you would have won.
Oh, I see. No. So the chances of the witnesses being there was too high, and I was hoping that Berkeley, or I was hoping that either Berkeley would walk into the room or that you would walk into this room, because I wasn't sure how the fuse box was working per se.
Oh yeah, so we can see them, but in order, the witnesses they have to be in the same square. So,
oh, the same square.
Yeah, so if the lights are out and if you hit the fuse box, I was actually like really nervous. I was like, oh shoot, you hit this fuse boxes. In order for me to win, I would have to be on the same square as you.
I see.
Mm-hmm. Remember, we're all still learning the game. We have 50 times to get this. Okay. Rematch. Random stage of 4. I wonder if I need 3 more Moriarty wins. Oh no, I need 3 more Moriarty's assault. I need to be able to assail someone 3 more times. Oh, okay. Game starts.
Oh, right. Okay. I'm gone.
Alright. We play as Moriarty again. We know where all the weapons are and all the food is. Hopefully we can find the fuse box and Sherlock can stop us from doing it. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Okay. We know. Okay, so we have to. So we're Moriarty. Warren says Moriarty seems to be the most difficult. Yeah, I mean, like think about it. As a from the criminal mindset, it's a lot more work to create diversions than it is to deduce from them. You know, gathering facts way simpler than trying to spread like clues and distractions. This is way more work. Okay, so let's see. I have to kill Freeman with Catherine. Okay. Let's give Agatha a weapon. Let's give Berkeley a weapon. Just kidding. Catherine needs a weapon. Where's the food? Oh, food's all the way up there. Let's give Catherine food. Yeah, so if I give Catherine food and Agatha a weapon, I'm kind of hoping that maybe that might throw the scent a little bit. But Drake's really smart. And Drake and I have been together for like 5 years. So it's like... he knows how I think really well, but I'm kind of hoping that maybe I can create this falseness behind it. Remember, Moriarty knows where all the weapons are, and Drake knows that. So I have to create diversions. Or he can pick Catherine, and I can just override him entirely. That's an option too. So at the very least, he knows that Catherine is not the victim. It's a lot of information to suddenly have. Madmet says, so you can play as Watson and Irene. Is that if there's just more than 2 players, or can you pit Moriarty be Watson or Holmes or other, and so on and so forth? So that's only if you have 4 people, and even we're not entirely sure of that one because the lobby is dead. One of the things to know about this game is, yes, the one thing that I do that we can admit, as far as like the popularity of this game, is the servers were almost consistently dead, except for like one time when they worked with Project Winter. Yes, it was. Sherlock knows that Catherine's not a victim. We have to create another not victim. If we can create 4 of them, that would be great, but also risky. So let's see what happens. Let's force him to move Dorothy or Emery. Emery has a weapon, so let's move Emery toward food. And let's move Agatha. Yeah, Emery and Agatha. I also want to create a situation where food becomes a little bit scarce for people, specifically Freeman, because if they don't have food by the end of the day, their movement is reduced by 1 square. But yeah, going back to your question, wherein you can, but you need up to 4 players in order to make that happen. We're not entirely sure how to do that. We've decided to try to join the discussion to say, hey, we're playing this right now. If you have 2 people and you want to join for a 2v2, feel free to join us, join our room and stuff like that. But we kind of need to find the time to make that happen. That's the biggest issue. Yeah, pity PvP with random characters would have been fun and interesting. I know! The potential for this game is so much. And they're just kind of like, nah, why do anything? Alright, so he didn't take the bait for Agatha. You ripped the Lestrade DLC. Alright, Berkeley's performing an action. Alright, Berkeley got food. Catherine will do her own thing. Dorothy can't go out the front door, because that's all wind. Dorothy has a knife. Alright, so we have several knives moving. And Ellery. Okay, so now he knows that Ellery... We have at least 2 people. One with a weapon. Okay. At the start of day 2, I'll give Catherine a weapon. But that's going to be really risky, so we'll see how this works. Right now, I'm in the lead, but not by a large margin. Alright, Frieden is also moving away from me, so I need to be careful. Yes, yes, yes. That was on purpose. I need to create more not targets. I need Berkeley to get a weapon. Alright, where's Berkeley? Where can Berkeley move to? Sweet, Berkeley can go... Oh, Berkeley can only move there. Oh, okay, the weapon's on the other side. Okay, so I can get Berkeley this weapon. As for Agatha, I'm going to move her over here. Does she have food? Yes. Unfortunately, Freeman has 2 things of food, so can't do anything about that. Alright, that's 1. Okay, so I'm gonna have Agatha move closer to Freeman. I kind of want to give... I have 8 more turns, so that's plenty of time to make this happen, but I will start be cutting it close by the end of next turn. But I need 4 weapons floating, and at least one of them should be Ellery. I have 4 victims, so Ellery can go anywhere at the moment, and Drake will not really know who's really coming at him. But I think if I send Agatha, I'll hint that it's Freeman, but we shall see what comes next. It depends on who he decides to move, so let's see which ones he's pinging. Alright, so he knows that Agatha's not... And he knows that Berkeley is not. Okay. Wow, that's a... So, like I said, remember I said that it would be ideal to have 4 weapons moving around? But it also means that he's got a 50% chance of knowing who the victim is going to be. It's pretty simple. So I need to get Catherine a weapon, unfortunately. Alright. So I hope, as far as Ellery is concerned... Unfortunately, Freeman has 2 foods, so Freeman will be able to move just fine. I am just going to have to be like, Freeman. Currently, Sherlock's going to give Drake his analysis. Drake's going to know that it's going to be either Catherine. Yeah, he's gonna know all of this. So there's a lot pointing toward Freeman. Not a lot pointing toward Dorothy. So unfortunately, I have a feeling... Oh, I wonder if this is to my advantage. If he thinks that I'm trying to aim for Dorothy instead of Freeman, I might have a better shot. Okay. Okay. So, Dorothy only has, if you notice here, Dorothy only has 2 people to attack her. That is a significantly better target for Drake to have. That being said, he has way more information than I want him to have. So I need to try to split up his diversions a little bit. Freeman is the most likely scenario, but I kind of need to create a diversion for her. So Dorothy can only be taken out by Catherine or Agatha. So I need Agatha to move, but I also need Catherine to get a weapon. Here's the problem. I cannot touch Dorothy. Like, that's the one thing I cannot do, otherwise he'll know it's Frieden. If I move Catherine to get this weapon over here, I'm screwed. Weapon dropped recently? No. All right. I think that's not a good thing. So Drake just tried to move Catherine. Alright, so right now you'll... Interesting. Okay. So, since Drake found the fuse box, we can't use it anymore. He'll protect it. At this next turn, Drake's gonna find out that it's not... It's not Dorothy. Real fast. Okay. So we need Catherine. Oh, Drake's still moving. So we need Catherine. Okay. So Catherine can only move 2 squares reasonably. If I move her a third, it will reveal that we are clearly in control because she can only move so far, but if we force her, he will know that that is us. Okay, let's see if this works. I'll try to make it seem like I'm clearing the room. And we'll see if that works. Wait, why? Did we move Dorothy? Ah, shoot. Did I pick the wrong person? Are you kidding me? Ah. I thought I moved Berkeley. Wait. Oh, I definitely thought I moved. Oh, I must have moved Dorothy instead of Berkeley. Doesn't matter. Gregson left the match. Drake's joining again. He's joining again. Don't worry. He knows that Frieden is the target. We have to get this done right now. But he doesn't know who's going to attack. Everyone's technically a suspect. I don't want to move Dorothy. Okay, so it was woo. So the connection's already a bit wonky. That's not gonna help us now, is it? Okay, the question is, I have 5 turns to be able to make this happen. So let's see. Freeman's only got, like, a couple moves that he can do. Okay, so Freeman knows that there's food over there. That's cool. Ideally, now I want to get everyone away from this room. Alright, 5 more turns. Alright, Sherlock's gonna be able to identify, yes, Freeman is the one that we need to watch out for. But he has no idea currently who can kill him. It will be everyone, I believe, except for Dorothy. There is no evidence pointing to who might be doing it, so everyone remains under suspicion, which is what I wanted. Because if he had found out who, that would have been much easier than it is right now. Alright, so right now, Freeman can move as he wishes. So. Catherine cannot move very far, unfortunately. She is hungry. Alright, so if we were to try to move... So if we were trying to move Freeman, Freeman can only go 1. He can go to here. These are the only places he can go to. So I want Berkeley out of the way. No, I don't. Alright, I want people in the room because I don't want them to actually know who's coming after him. So we'll see where he moves Freeman, because Freeman has only so far to go. But I want him to have a little bit of a kind of feeling, okay? My worry is mostly everyone else. Found the weapon. He's going to know that Agatha's not part of it. Berkeley is not part of it. And we have dogs. We have wolves now. Wolves attack everyone. Friend and foe. Alright, 3 more turns. Okay. We need Dorothy to move away. Alright. We need Dorothy to move away. He knows full well Dorothy's not part of it. He's gonna move Freeman into that room like I thought he would. Yep. Madman says, also, how are you gonna be prepared to hide knives and food everywhere, but not wolf-proof the windows? Okay, so the wolf is making his way. Okay, let's see if we can make this happen. This is our last 2 Sherns. Unfortunately, Catherine moved where exactly I didn't want her to go. But I needed Ellery to not be there. I need Ellery to pretty much... go right there. I'm not actually sure I'll win. I think I'm gonna lose mainly because Catherine's just hungry. The wolf's just chilling. It's cold outside, by the way, you know? Alright, let's see. I have a feeling he thinks that Ellery is probably the most likely one to kill him, but I am really a little bit screwed. Okay. So, Catherine is currently in critical condition, and that I forgot about, as far as that's concerned. She actually can't do anything at all. Like, legitimately can't actually do anything. So, I have actually lost because she's hungry. Ugh. Madness. Yeah, pretty much. That's all it was gonna take, is just to get someone in the room. I can't even move my character far enough to be able to get the kill in. Well, my plan was great until it backfired. Ideally, what I probably should have done when she was in the upper north corner, should have just focused on getting food instead of trying to actually get the weapon. If I had gotten food, I probably would have lasted another turn and been just fine. Yeah. And the wolf. The wolf's probably eating more food than we are. Successfully stopped my plot. Drake wins this round. And there's a rescue. What? That dastardly detective has spoiled my plans. Let us see if Sherlock has it in him to decipher this plot. Fortune favors us. The fool is still in the dark over who the true villain is. Go sow seeds of doubt in his mind and feed him false intel. Select someone to throw the scent of the others off. Agatha. I don't even know what this means. I mean, he knows it's gonna be Catherine. Yeah, cause if I hadn't moved Ellery, it probably wouldn't fine, but nope. I moved Ellery at the last second, and that destroyed me. Spank Drake. Uh-huh. Yeah, playing Moriarty is really hard against an actual player. Mad. Hey, can you come over here and stab yourself on my knife a few times? I'm kinda indisposed. I'm really hungry. And while you're at it, can you drop any food cans? I am really hungry.
Like, forget murder. I just need food.
I just need food. Here, come stab your... Run into my knife 10 times and give me your food. I was just saying, like, if I hadn't... and that on day 2, I focused on trying to get the weapon. And I realized too late that was a mistake. Because if I had just had 1 can of food, I would have at least had 2 spaces, and you would have been screwed. But then I didn't.
I noticed, yeah, because
You moved into the exact
so many
spot.
Potential villains.
Yeah, I know. You had everyone. I was like, oh, everyone's on his thing. And then like 4 of them were critical, and I was like, are you kidding me?
I like how the dog just randomly came in at the end when like it didn't really matter anymore. It's like, okay.
He's like, are there even people here?
Is this the right house? Am I at the wrong place?
I knew I should have stopped and asked that moose for directions. Yeah, playing Moriarty is hard.
I was worried I'd get the murder wrong at the end, by the way.
I didn't even realize
like,
that was
oh my god,
ending.
I still had to pick?
Yeah, it was like,
huh?
yeah, it said like, try to foil him. And I was like, what? Between Agatha and Catherine? Are you kidding? That's who you gave me? If I hadn't moved Ellery, if I hadn't moved Ellery out of 3 spots, then that choice would have probably been up, and you probably would have picked Ellery, because you were running from Ellery real quick.
Yeah, I was.
Like Catherine was who it's supposed to be, but I was like, oh, Ellery. I was like, oh, you're getting it wrong there, boyo. Mad says, if you could just hop in this big cauldron, I mean hot tub. The brown black hot tub with the vegetables and floating in it, and the smells like paprika. just jump in there.
I'm glad I got it at the last stage that you got. I got elementary, the achievement for that.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm.
I got the fuse box achievement. So basically, what I'm guessing is that if anyone plays this and you play with other people that are still using fuse boxes and all that kind of stuff, you can get achievements from their usage. You're welcome. If someone else in your party is using it, even if it's 1v1, you can get the achievement off of them. Who knew? Sure, why not? I think the only one I have to do now, as far as like those little details are concerned, would be restore the electricity. But I have to be Sherlock to do that.
Oh yeah. It's been giving you Moriarty a lot.
Huh?
been giving you Moriarty a bunch.
Oh, you gave me the use 3 secret passages, which we didn't actually use them. We found them all.
Yeah.
We.
You know, by the way, that match that I used the secret passage, I didn't know if it like led to a different room. I didn't realize it just led to it's just an additional entrance to the adjacent room or something.
Yeah,
So.
it's weird. I was kind of hoping it was like kind of like you use in Clue, where it's like you're in the conservatory and then there's like an open wall and you end up in the kitchen.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping too, also, because I was like, okay, that would be useful.
Yeah, that would be really cool, but they didn't do that, and I was like, okay, fine. I guess it's a secret passage, but who does a secret passage to the next room over when there's clearly a door?
So use the bookcase or just use the door over here.
I was like, is it really that hard to go like an extra like 5 steps to the thing? Matt says, anyway, I gotta go shower real quick, then I'm gonna probably lurk. This was fun though. Hope you all have a lovely evening and see you next time. Good night. Good night,
yes,
Drake.
Thanks for coming, Madman.
Yeah, thanks for coming. We appreciate you very much. What would you like to do, Drake?
Well, up to you. I mean, we're almost at the 2-hour mark, right?
You wanna go one more?
You know, by total luck, by the way, when I first set up the stream to put the thing on there, the screen froze on your stream, but the chat is not frozen. So, and I only look at it between matches, obviously, but
sure.
I'm like, that's perfect.
Really? No, I'm kidding. Let's see. What achievements do you think you have one more that maybe you can get this time around, minus the dog one?
I just need another secret passage, it looks like. Or 2 more fuse boxes or something.
Well, that's easy enough. Let's see. What do you got? Let's see. You said 2 more secret passages or just 1?
Just 1.
Pedro was right. Spank Drake. I have to spank you, Drake. Pedro has commanded it.
Oh, tear gas or secret passage, either one of those works.
Oh, what about the assailing one? Did you get the stop assailing or assail 5 times?
No, I need 2 more of those.
Oh. Okay. Well, we can do one more random match and see where we go from there.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Last game of the night. Ugh, I am at the 15 out of 30 mark, so that's cool. All right, let's see what we got.
Okay, I guess I'll leave the chat.
Yep. See you on the other side. All right, we are playing. Oh, we're playing Moriarty. Okay, we get 1 more shot at trying to commit murder, which we're happy about, right? Clearly. All right. So, we have to destroy Dorothy again, and we have to do it with Berkeley. Oh, sweet. If I get it with Berkeley, I get an achievement because I have make a successful kill with Berkeley achievement. Okay, so we have to get it because this is an achievement. All right. Well, we don't have to. I can do it against an AI, but for now, I want to get it with Berkeley. Okay, so first off, Berkeley gets food. And Freeman. No. Freeman gets weapon. Okay, so I want Berkeley to get food because Berkeley is who we have to actually kill with. And I'm not going to have a repeat of the Catherine situation where Catherine's like,
I can't move. I'm so hungry. Go here.
we're not going to have that again. We are going to have food. We're going to survive 3 days. And we're going to kill Dorothy. And we're going to be happy about it. Okay. And we're going to be happy about it. This time, Phaedra, we will spank Drake. But mostly, we'll just defeat him. Is what we'll actually do. Alright, so commit commands. Commit command just means that we move the story forward. I usually take the time out to think for the whole minute and a half. Anoba? Anoba? What? What? What do you mean? Alright, Catherine's going to actually get a weapon before we do. Dorothy is going to run into the other room. She's got a can of peas. Ellery's going somewhere. Ah, okay. He knows that Freeman's not the whatever. Okay. Okay. So... I'm gonna have Agatha search that, and I'm gonna have Berkeley get the other food. Alright, so I'm gonna have Agatha do that because I don't want her getting that food that I'm sending Berkeley to right now. I want Berkeley to have food so that we don't have that problem again, and then we focus literally on just getting weapons and killing Dorothy. Then, we don't have to worry. Alright, she's got medicine. Medicine's helpful if you get poisoned by gas. Ah, he tried to move Berkeley. He knows Berkeley's under our control. Okay. Dorothy's finding food. Dorothy's finding lots of food, so that's unfortunate. That means Dorothy will have survival. Emery's gonna have food. Okay. That's okay. Dorothy's got 2 food. I have 2 food. It all works out. Okay, so now let's move. Drake's still choosing something. Okay, so let's move. Alright, she can move. That's the maximum that she can move there. Alright, we're gonna have Agatha and Berkeley move. I think it's gonna move Agatha. Oh no, cool. Agatha has it's gonna have a weapon. Berkeley's gonna have a weapon. Okay, Agatha has a trophy now. Berkeley has a weapon now. Catherine also has a weapon, by the way. And Dorothy's just going to come back in the room. Everyone's just going to congregate over here. Alright. So Sherlock is going to get information. Everyone's in, like, look, like, really close to each other. So he's not going to be able to deduce too much. Yeah, not by a long shot. Ellery is the only one that can be killed by Dorothy, but Dorothy can be killed by everyone. Right, so Ellery is least likely to get the pick as the thing is concerned. I'm kind of hoping that maybe he'll take that Dorothy bait a little bit, but at the same time, we'll see. There's a lot of suspicious pawns at the moment. Okay. So right now, I can move Ellery over here to get something. And then I can move... Yeah, if I move Ellery, that... I don't know. I'm trying to decide. So... I can move Berkeley. He already knows that Berkeley is definitely possibly a killer. Berkeley has food for one more night, so I'm not worried about getting him food at this moment. I'm thinking probably... Alright, I'm gonna move Ellery out of my way. At the very least. And then I want... I want Berkeley to search in there. I don't want Berkeley to move too far because I want Dorothy. I want to see where Dorothy technically goes. Ooh, I have tear gas. Oh look, Ellery found the secret passage. Go Ellery, go. Alright, Agatha has food. Alright, and Freeman's gonna come this way. Okay. Catherine says, probably not the best thing to admit right now, but I'm having fun. And Agatha says, I wonder how much longer this is going to last. Meaning that he now knows that those two are not going to kill each other. That's no good. Okay. I need Dorothy to pretty much just come with me and go north. The more north she goes, the better off I'll be. So if I can remove... So Ellery I don't have to worry about anymore. So if I can remove Frieden... Ugh. I don't know. I need to get more food. I just want to prevent... I want to prevent Dorothy from having one extra day. Dorothy would have to go north and to the this way, or north and to the east or west in order to get it. So I'm hoping that she aims for going toward the north because that's where the food's located, and I'm hoping that's where she's gonna go. Well, that's going better than I expected. Huh. Agatha got a blade and threw it on the floor. If Catherine leaves the room, perfect. But she won't. And Freeman is going to die. Okay. So the best thing to do right now is to get Catherine to maneuver. I have a feeling Dorothy is going to be able to move all the way to here, unfortunately. All right. I'm gonna take a minute to think about this. So I moved Catherine. Dorothy is going to move. I don't want to. I have 5 turns. I can literally follow Dorothy anywhere I want right now. So I am going to... Drake will be back in a second. So I think this, the one thing the servers are having right now is definitely these drops. But thankfully, like, being able to rejoin if you're on their friends list, a good thing. I think I'm gonna have... No, I want him to actually stay. Yeah, I want him to stay because I kind of want to see how I'm going to adjust for Dorothy. Catherine's going in that direction too. Shoot. Tear gas. Oh no, this cannot happen. So Catherine now knows that Dorothy now knows that Catherine is not the killer, which means she's gonna know it's gonna be Berkeley. Also, unfortunately, it seems like Drake is disconnected entirely. We'll see if we'll give him a chance to see if he can come back in. Looks like he's in. We'll see if he joins the call again, then we'll go from there. Oh, here he is. Okay. Alright, Catherine cannot move. So... I think I will go ahead and do this. Yeah, I think I can do this unless something goes horribly awry. But I better do this now. Otherwise, I don't think I'll get another shot. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a big risk and assail her right now. I will confirm it's fine. Let's go for it. Because no one else is in play. I just need to win. And she can stay there. That way she doesn't come and interfere at all, no matter where Dorothy goes. Okay, so as long as Ellery doesn't come and join this room, it should be fine. He can't because there's no doorway to it. I think I have to take 2 turns to do it anyway, so it should be okay. Oh no! Drake! Alright, so I have to go take her out now. There's a gas leak. I'm gonna command him to stay in place. I'm mildly mean. Poor Catherine is struggling. Freeman's like, guys, 3 days of no food is not as bad as that, but okay. Oh my gosh. Ham pop. And what?
It didn't let me reconnect this time.
How did it work? How did... So apparently Sherlock won, despite all evidence to the contrary.
It says I won?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's my question. I had it in the same room. I had a weapon. There was no way that you guys could have saved her in any way, shape, or form. Unbelievable. How is the crime solving? I wasn't allowed to murder this girl. Somehow Sherlock evaded me. I'm very upset by this.
Well, it disconnected me like 4 times during that match, by the way.
Yeah,
so
I know.
I kept trying to reconnect, and then I don't know what happens. I tried to use the tear gas, and it didn't let me. I wasn't in the match if it did happen or not. So.
The gas leak happened.
Oh, okay.
The crime solving was fine, but I've never heard somebody being so mad about preventing a murder. Look, I was, okay, so in case you didn't know, Drake was playing Sherlock Holmes's ally, and I was playing Moriarty's. I need 2 more wins as Moriarty to get the Moriarty Assailed People achievement, and I didn't get it this time, despite the fact that I'm fairly certain I should have won this match. I think the AI is starting to be rigged. It's like, why do we even care? Let's just add glitches and bugs throughout the whole thing. I don't actually know if that's true. I think what happened was, like, I was in the same room, but Dorothy was not in the same box. I believe it's the same area, not the same room that you have to be in to be able to do.
Oh.
Oh, Shadow Knight. He says, yeah, well, apparently the game was afoot. He did. Oh my goodness. Well, I thank you all very much. I don't know. Did you want to try again? But it seems like the glitches are getting worse on your end.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening with the connection right now. I say I'd probably call it for that last one because
yeah, I'd say probably call it for this one too.
And like this last time I tried to connect, it literally just didn't let me. So, and you said the match was over? I'm like, I didn't even get to see that part.
I was like, yes, it's over, and then I was like, yeah, and then Sherlock comes and stops me, and I was like, no! How dare you stop me from committing this crime? You ever seen like that? That was about to be a tantrum, like legit. Like, how dare you commit this act of saving people? I was about to pull a Monica from Danganronpa Ultra Despair Girls. Why won't you let me murder? Like, it was like that. But this was fun. So like I said, this game is shutting down. We're trying to grind our way through these achievements. So we'll probably bring these back. If anyone has the game, check out, we'll probably be putting at some point up like, hey, who wants to do a 2v2 so we can get the Irene achievement. If we can figure that part out. And then go from there. But other than that, we thank you all very much for joining us for our co-op stream.
Yes, indeed.
Let's see. I am going to choose the raid for today, if that's okay with everyone. Okay. I'm going to choose the raid. Oh, ha, yes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks. Thanks for that, Pedro. Appreciate it. So I'm going to choose the raid. The only reason I'm going to choose this one is because she's doing something new in about an hour that she's never done before. So I want to see, like, send people to her so she has an audience for her production of a story read. So that was loud. It was a bit loud. Yes. All right. You've seen this person before. We'll raid them now. They are currently playing Hades, but they are going to be doing a cozy time story time in about an hour. So we're going to go check them out, and if you can, stick around for it. If not, just lurk or anything like that. But ultimately, come back within the hour, and then you can check that one out too. She's trying out a new narration thing for her last channel redemption that we had. So if everyone's okay with that, yes, Drake?
Yeah.
We'll go check out
Hello?
Floppy Jalopy RL. All right. Anything to add there?
No, just some good matches. Yeah.
It was a lot of fun, albeit I'm very frustrated. You won way more than I would have liked. All right. As always, thank you, everyone. I'm going to hit this raid button here. Now we have an open player room? Wow, I can't even do it right now.
Well, there is.
No, it closed. Thank you all for joining. We appreciate you all very much. Stick around for the raid.
I was about to launch the game again. Like, all right, here you go.
Stick around for the raid. We'll see you next time. Have a wonderful week. I will see you again on Tuesday.
Thanks for coming, everybody.
I couldn't kill anyone.
I mean, that's not a good thing to say, but only for the purpose of the stream. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.